Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gilsson and Nold podcast number 9. Hopefully, I've never stated which number it is. This is a very, very late podcast, but better late than never. Am I right, Gold?
You're right, and the reason why it is late is because I've been feeling pain for the last 2 months.
Yeah, haven't we all? Rants fans exist. Who would have thought?
Hey, you know what? I'll take this. The Rams, and actually, I'm so glad that we took this time to do this podcast now, because the Rams may have gotten a ring, but the Lakers are not going to the playoffs.
Exactly. In fact, and that's the first thing we're going to jump into, the Super Bowl 56 recap. But yeah, Lakers. Oh, I seen Ryan Bergar's text on that. He's like, well, this is shit.
They deserve everything that they get.
They do. I mean, now that there's been a good amount of time with Super Bowl 56, settling it in, I say Super Bowl 56 is going to be one of those gems of an actual really good Super Bowl, but the thing that's going to tamper this Super Bowl a lot is those final 2 minutes. My gosh, the officiating got really shitty in those last 3 minutes for some reason.
How I see it is, this game is about a good 2.5 quarter game. First 2.5 quarters is so great and easily could be amongst the top 10 best. But the issue is, as you mentioned, bad officiating, and also the game completely slows down to a grinding halt. A part of it is the fact the Rams defense did step up greatly, and also the Bengals offense didn't do anything to counteract what the Rams were doing on defense.
Exactly, and I told you this privately. I feel like everything that got built up in this game, you know, if it had a better payoff, would be more remembered. Because the payoff we got was Joe Burrow getting sacked like 4 times in a row. Like, what?
And I think, because here's the thing, Super Bowls are all about moments. And outside of Cooper Kupp's second technical touchdown catch, because remember there was the weird call before then that was just off. But outside of that, there was no real one moment that you could say, that is a Super Bowl moment. That will be played on a million highlights.
No, the only thing that'll be like remembered is Matt Stafford finally got a ring, and I gotta admit it, I'm happy he got his ring finally. He deserved that.
I'm also happy Aaron Donald got a ring as well. The dude's one of the best defensive players in NFL history, at least in the last decade.
Oh yeah, and same to Von Miller. Von Miller actually proved why he deserved that ring. That dude was stepping up like Super Bowl 50 in that game. I gotta put credits due on that one.
And now Von Miller is in Buffalo. Does this mean does this mean the trend of getting rings for Von continues?
I hope. I want to see Buffalo in the Super Bowl.
Same.
I mean, this Super Bowl, as I said, I believe people. You know, I'm not going to put you in this people category. You have your own opinion. These are just people's opinions that are wrong. This Super Bowl could have easily been up there if it had a better payoff. For me, every Super Bowl has a build. It's just a matter of the payoff for that build, if it's going to be remembered as a good thing or just going to be remembered as build for nothing. It's like a WWE match, you know? They build, the whole match, and you just want a good payoff to it. You know? You've said on the first Raw review, a good ending affects a great show.
Yeah, I mean...
The funny thing is, you said that quote twice, and it took you the second time for to realize that quote was wrong.
I don't know, man. It does affect it, though, you know? Because if it's very anticlimactic, it's like, okay, then what was the point of watching 58 minutes prior to that, right? Like, imagine if, Burrow went all the way down the field, scored a touchdown, then left Matthew Stafford with 50 seconds left. Some of the best Super Bowls are defined by the final plays. I look back to and we'll get to this later, but my personal favorite Super Bowl came down to the last play. It wasn't a kneel down, it was a Hail Mary throw.
And those are the best. And the funny thing is, another one did, but it's not on either of our lists, but we'll get there when we get there. Best way to describe for 56. Good Super Bowl. I got nothing much to say on it. It was good. It's much better than 55.
I think it's the average Super Bowl. I think it's not really the best Super Bowl from the 50s, but it's not the worst either.
There's not really that many good Super Bowls in the 50s, let's be fair.
Yeah, I mean, 50 was meh at best. 51
is overrated.
52 was great, amazing. 53 was bad. It was horrible. I hate it. 54 was solid. It was a good Super Bowl. 55 was bad. That we don't horrible. Like. I hate it.
Yeah.
So and then we have 56, which is good. Is this trying to continue? Is 57 just going to be a hellhole of despair?
Well, if it is, I hope at least Bills are in it. Then that'll be all fun, you know?
Yeah,
I'll take the Bills blowing out the Buccaneers. Why not?
I'll take that any day of the week.
But, yes, next, playoff reviews. And we're going to go through each game. We don't have to go through it drastically. The first game up was Bengals and the Raiders. Maybe I should actually look up the scores.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I believe the score was 26 to 19. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, now that there's been many months with this game, it's the same.
How I see it, it doesn't really... It ages how I expect it to age. I think, in my personal opinion, it's going to be very curious to see if the Raiders are going to be able to get it back, because they most certainly have the talent to go back to the playoffs, and even possibly win the AFC West. But the head coach is the questionable part, because a bad head coach can affect a good team. We've seen this 100 times over.
Even Buffalo knows this. Rex Ryan era.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals, with the free agents acquisitions that they've added, can definitely make another run for it. I do not think this was just a simple Cinderella story. And at the end of the day, this game, I think, will age very well in the future.
Yeah, it's going to be numbered the game that Bengals entered their drought. It's like one of those games NFL Throwback, uploads a lot. So it was a fair game. Next, Patriots 17. Bills 47. Listen, it's one of those blowouts that were fun. I mean, come on, Patriots getting blown out in the wild card round. I don't care if it's Tom Brady or not. Bill Belichick's getting blown out in the wild card round. That shit's fun.
This game won't really be remembered outside of the fact that the Buffalo blew out the Patriots, and that's about all.
No. There's also something else. Bills played the most perfect game ever, I believe.
Does that matter in the grand scheme of things whenever it comes to the divisional round? Did they play the most perfect game against the Chiefs?
We'll get there when we get there, asshole. For right now, we're going to talk about this game.
It won't be remembered, and that's by staying.
No, I'll remember because fuck the Patriots. No, actually, I respect you guys, I guess. Next. Now, you say this game's going to be forgotten. How about this one? Eagles 15, Buccaneers 31, huh? That's going to be forgotten. I forgot this game even happened.
I was about to say, I literally forgot that game happened.
Jalen Hurts got to say on it. It was boring as fuck. Yeah, why did Mitchell not start? I bet you Mitchell started, he would have fucking blown out the Buccaneers.
Easy, yeah.
Next, 49ers 23, Cowboys 17.
This will be remembered as one of the most clerical errors in the Cowboys coaching staff history. Because, okay, let me get this straight here, Nelson. With only a few seconds, with 12 seconds left on the clock, right? Instead of throwing it downfield or throwing it out of bounds, you call a quarterback sneak.
And you run it down the middle.
And then by the time
slide
that you do get time to give it to the referee, you hand it to the center, and time expires.
And somehow, someway, Mike McCarthy is not fired.
It confuses me. I think I now know what white privilege is, and it's called Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, dude, the most basic white man ever on coaching. My gosh, this game was, the game picked up in the fourth quarter. It's one of those things where slow build.
The game was good. The game was good, definitely. The first quarter and fourth quarter were amazing. The second and third were but the fourth quarter was fun. It was intense. It was action packed. And then Dak Prescott slid the ball down the field.
Mike McCarthy thought this would work.
See, this is what happens whenever analytics get involved in football.
That's what happens when you trust a coach as a ring. That's why Josh McDaniel keeps getting jobs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next, Steelers 21, Chiefs 42.
Big Ben's last game. Last game. Hallelujah.
Oh, I want to say Big Ben's Raceburger. Yeah. It was awful. I mean, it was boring, really. I mean, the first half showed promise, but after that, it just... I'm
not gonna lie, first quarter was a little bit intense with the Steelers going up really early due to their defense, but then after that, it sucked.
It did, and I'm so glad they got eliminated, because fuck them.
Yeah, fuck Ben Roethlisberger.
Next, I don't know if I can debate if this is the worst of the wild card round or the second worst. Cardinals 11, Rams 34. Whew. Pretty much by this point, most likely Kyler Murray's last game as a Cardinal. Or maybe Kyler Murray's last game ever by this point.
All things considered, I think this was probably the worst game of the wildcard round. I think I initially thought, Okay, sorry, Ian. Jason texted me. No, but with this one, it was the only reason to watch it was the Manning cast. That's it.
Exactly. And then Matt Stafford finally got his first win as a, ever.
First
Which,
playoff win, yeah.
I mean, first playoff, first win ever. 13 years in the league, you go 1 and... Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is most likely Kyler Murray's last game as a Cardinal, and probably the last time the Cardinals will be relevant again, because, my fucking God, how do you collapse twice, guys? What the heck?
Cliff Kingsbury. That's how.
And I don't even know how he has a job still. Overall, wild card round, reflecting on it, here's the thing. Is it the best round? No, but it's set up for what was going to be the rest of these playoffs, pretty much.
From the divisional round onwards, we had some of the best playoffs ever.
And we kick off with the Bengals 19, Titans 16. Titans breaking the record of amount of quarterback sacks, and they lost.
Still lost. You had Derrick Henry, and you let Ryan Tannehill literally throw the game away.
You did. And this right here proved everything about Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. I mean, credit to Titans for getting number 1 seed, considering almost their whole entire roster was injured, but fuck, how do you get 9 quarterback sacks and lose?
It's the Ryan Tannehill effect. Clearly, Mike Vrabel no longer wants to cut his other parts to win a ring, because if he did, he would have done that, handed Ryan Tannehill and said, if you throw the game away, I'm going to glue this to your face.
Exactly. I mean, I don't...
See, that's motivation, and he didn't do it.
He didn't. I mean, it surprises me that how neutered Mike has been these last few playoffs. I mean, I
can't deny, the most defining moment was, in my personal opinion, was drive before that, where they went for it on 4th down. And prior to that, they threw the ball whenever the Bengals were expecting a run, right? No, they didn't throw the ball. I think they gave it to Tannehill whenever they were expecting a run. They got a yard or two. Then on 4th and inches, they gave it to Henry whenever they were expecting it to go to Henry, and then that stopped them.
It's amazing how teams get so surprised when a team figures out their scheme, and they're like, "What?"
Like Derrick Henry is there's no denying he's the most powerful running back in the entire game.
But even Derrick Henry cannot battle against predictability.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't want to hear fans thinking, oh, the only reason why we lost was because Derrick Henry was injured. No, the only reason why he lost was because of bad play calling and Ryan Tannehill.
I mean, Derrick Henry could have single-handedly won this game for the Titans. He did it in the one playoff run.
He did it against the Ravens and the Patriots.
And almost against the Chiefs.
And almost against the Chiefs.
Like, it's ridiculous, but still, this game overall... Oh my God! It was a freaking what is it? What do they call these things? Slugfest, heavy hitting match. It was fun.
It came down to a game-winning field goal, and that's all you could ask for.
And speaking of game-winning field goals, 49ers 13, Packers 10.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really watch the first 2 quarters of this game because I genuinely thought the Packers were just gonna blow the 49ers out.
And I had hope for the 49ers.
and then. Aaron Rodgers proved why he's not the greatest of all time.
And now we can finally say fuck him. I don't know if we've praised him on the podcast before, but fuck him. I am not going to give in to these people. He sucks. Okay, maybe not that, but
he's Aaron Rodgers is a great regular season quarterback. He's someone that will throw for 4,900 something yards, 35 touchdowns, maybe only 2 interceptions in the season. But as soon as the playoffs come, as soon as he has that division lead, he will always choke it.
Because Brett Favre can get them almost to the win, but then he throws a pick. Aaron Rodgers is last play Brett Favre for all the quarters.
Like, I just want to pull this up real quickly, if I can. Just hang tight. Distract them while I...
Okay. Well, this game, I watched the first quarter. This game felt like it was building towards something. I mean, firstly, the snow. When the snow came in, that's where it got fun. Packers pretty much had a big lead, but the 49ers defense, oh my God, it was just right on it. Deebo Samuel... This guy was absolutely a blast in these playoffs. I mean, so many characters to find. The blocked punt is where this game had a shift for me. And it really got good. And it was just a fantastic defensive game.
Oh, yeah. Now, let's see. Do I finally have the stat? Is this it? Yes, this is the... Yeah, this is the recap here. Game Pass. Oh, yeah, here it is. So, this was Aaron Rodgers' stats in this win. Or, excuse me, in this loss, I mind you. So, Aaron Rodgers, I almost said win, but Aaron Rodgers, 20 completions, 29 attempts for 225 yards, and a 69% completion percentage rating. He got sacked 5 times. So, that looks good on paper, but then you look at his QBR. QBR is pretty much a quarterback's rating. That is how well they perform throughout 4 quarters of the game. His QBR was 18.7 out of 100.
Whew.
That means he has great stats on paper, but as soon as you look at the quarterback rating, it's atrocious. Also, something that is defining. He may have not thrown an interception, but he also didn't throw a touchdown either.
Exactly. But the 49ers deserve this win all the way. I don't care what Packers fans say. 49ers stepped up. They stopped the Packers on the goal line. They stopped the Packers from even getting across the 50. Like the whole entire fourth quarter, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
They deserve this. Deebo Samuel was the ultimate highlight here. This dude, he clutched it so hard so 49ers get in field goal range. And when they kicked that field goal, my man, Robbie Gould, he was not going to miss that kick. That dude was used to making kicks like this in Chicago. This was nothing to him. This was easy play. This game is going to go down as a real hidden gem in the whole entire playoffs. Because they're looking at the score and think boring defense,
But no, it was a genuinely fun and intense game. And I think the final drive for the Packers is the really defining feature here. And also the drive before the 49ers went up. Because Aaron Rodgers kept on trying to force it to Devontae Adams, and he didn't get anything.
And now Devontae Adams forced himself into Oakland.
Las Vegas.
Oh, I mean, the Las Vegas. Also, fuck you, Aaron. You keep complaining about the Packers and all that. You stay, and you also don't take a pay cut. I may say what I say on Tom Brady, but at least he took a pay cut, bitch. That's why Devontae Adams probably left, because you don't take a pay cut.
Tom Brady's entire career in New England is just pay cut after pay cut, if I'm being honest.
At least Brady took pay cuts. I may not like the guy, but fuck, he takes pay cuts. This Packet doesn't.
Yeah.
Next. The next game that gave both of us fucking heart attacks. Rams 30, Buccaneers 27. Almost a 28-3 sequel, but this time it was 27-3.
The best way to describe this game is it's a tale of two halves. The entire first half, the Buccaneers were getting absolutely dominated by the Rams, right? The Buccaneers were getting pounded. And then after a certain point...
I say after Al Michaels said, let me tell you guys a bedtime story.
Pretty much. I think that was the defining part.
And that call was hilarious, too.
Because what happened after that was the entire Rams defense collapsed. And here's the thing, they didn't fully collapse, but then whenever Von Miller got stripped, that looked like to be, okay, if the Rams score here, that's the end of the game. The very next play, the ball goes over Matthew Stafford's head, and the Buccaneers recover it. It's like
it's scripted.
It's like it's scripted, yes.
I felt like it was. Also, this was Al Michaels' last game, if I'm correct.
No, that was the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. NBC. I forgot. CBS is not the one that hosted the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but
felt like it.
But this is his last, divisional.
Yeah, divisional round game. Overall, I think this game will go down as one of the greats, but for me, it's a little bit overrated. I'm sorry, I'm not one that enjoys large comebacks that lead to victories. It's just, you call me a hater, but I don't enjoy it in any platform.
For me, I walked out of this game only happy because the Buccaneers didn't win. Overall,
this was a double-edged sword for me, and we all know this if you followed the podcast, because I hate the Rams, and I also hate the Buccaneers, and I hate the Buccaneers more, but now I hate the Rams.
I hate the Rams, they have Bobby Wagner, but not because I don't hate Bobby Wagner. I hate the Rams, because they got him.
Yeah, now, what was the next game?
Next final game of the divisional round, for me, is the greatest game of this whole entire playoffs. Fight me. Bills 36, Chiefs 42, final overtime. And yeah, I think we can also discuss the new overtime rules after we're discussing this game.
Yeah.
Or during it.
This was so weird. The first half was sort of slow, right? It was sort of a slow first half. And even the third quarter was a little bit sort of like, it looks like the Chiefs were going to run away with this game.
Exactly. When it was 23-14, we both were thinking, I was just thinking in my head, oh no, this is going to be exactly like the AFC Championship game.
Exactly. But then something very weird happened.
Stephon Diggs, open!
No, before we get fuck you. Before we get that...
Oh, I wasn't even trying to make that joke.
Before we get to that, right? For the last year, for all of this year, Josh Allen has been trying to prove that he's worth his contract. This past offseason, Josh Allen signed a big money contract that would secure him as the Bills' future for the quarterback position. And there were questions, because Josh Allen, his first 2 years, was sort of up and down. His first year wasn't really that great. Second year was an improvement, and the third year was an improvement on that improvement, but he didn't really seem like an elite player. You know, he seemed to have the mechanics, but he needed to consistently do it, and he didn't really do that consistently all season. First half, he played great, then he struggled for about a 6 to 8 game stretch until the final 4 or 5 games. Right? And so it was sort of like, okay, is Josh Allen worth the money? And he kind of proved in the wild card round against the Patriots. There's no denying that. He played amazing against the Patriots. But that's also a Patriots team that sort of passed their prime, you know? This is the game that you prove it. I have to say, Josh Allen had the most impressive defeat in all of playoff history.
I mean,
this dude... Game... let me read off these stats. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's stats, 27 for 37, 329 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, 33 completions, 44 attempts, 378 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, this was the greatest quarterback performances on both. This is literally one of the greatest games ever played.
And this is one of those games where it sucks it had to end. Because the first half was sort of like, okay, back and forth. Then the third quarter looked like the Chiefs were going to run away with it. And then the fourth quarter, the Bills rallied back. And we saw points. It wasn't like an entire fourth quarter rally back. It was a 2-minute rally back. The Bills rallied, and then the Chiefs rallied, and then the Bills rallied, and then the Chiefs rallied to tie it. All within the span of like 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly. It's like one of those things of the game. It's the game building up to something that has a great payoff. But unfortunately, the payoff was Bills not getting the ball in overtime.
Now, whenever I first watched this, I truly was upset because I thought, well, that's unfair. It's against the Patrick Mahomes. He's going to find someone open, and of course, they're going to win. And that did happen in this game. And you know, it sucks, but also at the same time, I don't really mind the overtime rules because football is a team game, and you have to play defense to win. But I will say this much. I do like the rules that are going to be implemented for the playoffs, where both teams will have a chance to touch the ball, even if they score a touchdown.
Like I said, I'm down for that. I feel like in playoffs, both teams should have a chance. But in the regular season, no,
regular season, you know, I just don't want games to end in ties. That's my whole issue.
Same. But unfortunately, that's going to keep on happening.
Like you expect ties to happen in the amateur level, right? Not in the professional level.
It's crazy. And let's be fair. Steelers and Lions deserve the tie.
Also, I'm going to send you this. I'm on the ESPN website, and you can use this as a picture for the podcast. Look at the win ratio of who ESPN predicted to win for the entirety of the fourth quarter here.
Good gosh.
Look at that thing. It went up, down, up, down, up, down.
Like, this game, gosh, it sucks. Here's the thing. This game should not, be patted down upon because of the overtime. It really should be beneficial because, in fact, this game made history.
It's true. This game created a new overtime rule.
And I'm so glad it happened. And if anything, this game right here, and also it defined Josh Allen. Even though Josh Allen lost, he won a lot of people's respect.
Including mine.
I already respected Josh Allen, but fuck.
My respect is better than Bill's respect.
I'm like, it's 2018. I believe he came from the 2018 draft, right? I mean, the evolution of Josh. I hope the Bills go to the Super Bowl next year, because this right here is the start of a Super Bowl run for next year.
And they also have all the pieces and retained all the necessary pieces, you know?
Exactly. And he even added more. They got fucking Vaughn.
Oh, yeah.
And Vaughn's playing great again. But yes, that is all. Divisional round was absolutely phenomenal. And might I add, all these playoff games ended by 3 after this.
That's beautiful.
It is. Next game. This game can be argued to be the second best of this playoffs, possibly. Bengals 27, Chiefs 24 overtime. Might I add, okay, just a little rant here. Chiefs fans, fuck you. They're trying to argue that, they fought for Bills fans when it came towards their overtime thing, but when it came towards this, they weren't fighting for them on this. No, they're not. By the way, they're not talking about the Patriots game from 4 years ago. Everybody's going to bring that up because everybody was fighting that 4 years ago. No, they were talking about this game, that the Chiefs didn't have a chance or something. I'm sorry. If I recall, they got the ball first and Patrick threw a pick.
Yeah, he did. And he threw he didn't even throw a really, impressive throw either. He threw it to a player, it got tipped in the air, and then picked off.
Like, the Chiefs, this is why I really am beginning to just... I already hate Chiefs fans, and why I just fucking hate the Chiefs in general.
That play does actually defy the Chiefs season, because remember, really early on, whenever the Chiefs were on that losing streak and Patrick Mahomes kept on getting picked off, I remember someone commented on, maybe it was Patrick's wife, I don't want to completely blame her, but I remember someone commented on, tipped passes shouldn't count as interceptions for the quarterback or something. That does define this season for the Chiefs. A tipped pass caused an interception.
And it's honestly... I'm so glad it happened. That's like everything. People think Bengals just got everything handed to them. Bengals are like took the opportunity when they had the chance. That's what happened there. But the pick.
This game, I'm not gonna lie, I was tense. The first half looked like it was going to be another sort of Chiefs runaway win.
And I stick by Bengals' side. I knew they still had it. Knowing the Bengals, they were gonna come back. I had it in them to do it.
Also, it was 34-31, not 27-24.
No, it was 27-24. Yeah.
Am I looking at I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, I was confused for a second.
I was thinking, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I forgot they had a regular season game, so I was looking at the regular season game.
Yeah, the regular season game, which, by the way, Bengals won that game, too.
Whoa! No, but, this game was very, very tight, right? But, no, I mean, both games looked like Chiefs were going to run away with it, right?
And Bengals made a comeback at both games.
That's just impressive, right? I mean, that's just impressive.
This one's more impressive because it was in fucking Arrowhead. Like, Bengals, I hope this is the end of the Chiefs. Probably not, but I really hope this is the end of the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl.
And for how I see it, right, this game was probably more impressive because the Bengals, on offense, did not play very good for the first half. They played pretty poor offense. They didn't really start heating up till towards the end of the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter onwards was just...
It's the type of games I love. That's why I love the Patriots-Chiefs game so much. It's one of those slow starts, and when they start, getting out there and start slaying the ball everywhere, you just get into it. It feels like a classic, and that's what this game felt like. And unlike the Chiefs and Patriots game, the underdog won.
True. And also, Bengals won time of possession, too.
This game... Like I said, I can argue this is definitely the second best game of these playoffs.
I agree, but I think the defining moment of this game, easily, without a shadow of a doubt, was them deciding to go for the touchdown before the fourth quarter.
And that was
failing.
Intelligent.
And failing, so...
It was a new.
I mean, before the fourth quarter, before halftime. A mistake.
Yeah, still, it was a new.
That was definitely a them problem.
It benefited. But yeah, this game, great. Next game, I didn't really watch this game until the ending. 49ers 17, Rams 20.
I didn't care for this game.
The thing about this game is, this is the funny thing. Earlier in the day, if Chiefs won, then this game would have been important because we would have wanted 49ers to have won. But because Bengals won, I didn't really care who won this game. So I didn't care who won or lost this game at all, so I didn't really pay attention to it.
I still wanted the 49ers to win because I hate the Rams.
And, yeah, this game, the Rams made a comeback. They made a 17-7 comeback. In fact, they made comebacks in all last three playoff games. That's something. Nothing much more I can say on this game besides Jimmy Garoppolo really should be replaced because, yowie wowie. That was just not good quarterback play. I mean, I don't know who to blame. Is it Jimmy's fault or is it Kyle Shanahan's fault?
I'm always going to blame the head coach on more times not on this type of stuff because knowing Jimmy's limitations, he still didn't call the right plays.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Jimmy was perfect for the first three quarters. Fourth quarter, in fact, no, the final few minutes of the fourth quarter, that's where he just collapsed.
Yeah.
I wish 49ers won this game. Because then Super Bowl 56, I really would have not cared if 49ers won that game.
Me neither.
But yeah. And we already stated our opinions on Rams and Bengals, so we don't really touch anything upon that.
Yeah.
So, but there's one thing out of the Super Bowl that can't be reviewed, and that's the new NBC Scoreboard. And
NBC.
I said NBC.
You said A and BC.
I don't give a fuck. NBA, NBC, NFL.
It sucks.
I gotta see it again. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, I haven't seen it since February. I don't know why. Here's the thing. I respect NBC, unlike CBS, and even Fox too, in some ways. But yeah, I respect NBC for sticking to changing their scoreboard because CBS does a terrible job of this. I don't know why CBS keeps using that current scoreboard. I hate that current scoreboard they have. But it's like, why? NBC was on a streak, dude. Well, that one scoreboard in 2016 was pretty bad.
Yeah, no, but like NBC for the most part has good scoreboards.
Then this.
It sort of makes it's it's bad whenever Fox has the best scoreboard.
It is, but to be fair, Fox actually has a legit good one.
True.
For once.
True.
It's just, oh my gosh, I don't know what they were thinking with this. I hope, because next year CBS hosts, I hope, they better change their scoreboard. I'm tired. Why do all the fucking scoreboards gotta be at the fucking bottom? Come on, it's ridiculous. If anything, NBC could have stood out and had their scoreboard on the top.
I missed the Fox clicker.
I do too. This is, I don't know what to say. I mean, thankfully this scoreboard did not set the tone, alright? It didn't set any sort of tone. Super 55s did set the tone.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I gotta say on that part. Now, ha.
Oh, boy.
The worst Super Bowls of all time, and you can say number 10 while I change my stuff around to the kitchen.
You do that, okay.
Actually, no, I won't do that. I'm actually gonna stay in the living room. But you continue on.
So, my number 10, the worst Super Bowl of all time, is Super Bowl 24, which is between the 49ers and the Broncos. The final score to that game was 55 49ers, 10 Denver. This was a game against two number 1 seeds. And it failed this horrifically.
Yeah.
The game from start to finish was absolutely dreadful. Right? The 49ers, at no point did it look like the Broncos were going to make a comeback and win this game. It was just a dreadful, bad game.
It was.
So, yeah.
My number 10, also between two number 1 seeds, Super Bowl 48, Seahawks 43, Broncos 8. It's one of those things of, yes, as a Chargers fan, this is best of all time, but, oh my gosh, number 1 ranked offense, number 1 ranked defense, and, well, it showed that defense wins you championships. I'm sorry. This game was disappointing. I can't admit, when this game was live, it's fun, and I can't deny that, but really when it comes towards the hype aspect, I don't think I've ever seen a Super Bowl as hyped as this one, because after this, NFL seems to keep their expectations more lower. They still hype it up because it's a Super Bowl, but I take notice NFL doesn't go as overboard as they did with this one, because this one was mega hyped for 2 weeks. They were going crazy, and, gosh.
I will say this much. I enjoy the game, but it has no rewatchability outside the first snap, right?
Yeah, and I don't believe you even have this on your top 10. That's why you're saying something on it.
So, yeah, it's just meh.
It's meh, but gosh. And by the way, the MVP of the Super Bowl is a nobody.
Hey, don't say them. He's a Browns legend as a backup.
Like, just an absolute fucking legend. That's all I gotta say on this one. Just a fucking appointment.
My number 9 is Super Bowl 18 between the Washington not Redskins and the Los Angeles Raiders. This is another game between two number 1 seeds, and the Raiders won in a rout. Washington didn't score their first touchdown until the second quarter, and by that point, oh boy, they were already in trouble. Believe it or not, Washington was actually favored by 3 points in this game.
And they got blown out by
38-9. This game is only remembered for the Marcus Allen run.
Literally.
That's
and also, Redskins made a really dumb, play calling that could have actually helped them get more points before halftime as well.
It's just a really sucky game.
It is. Number 9, Super Bowl 6, Cowboys 24, Dolphins 3. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The early on Super Bowls were really rough until Cowboys and Steelers stepped in. I mean, Dolphins and Bengals can both collectively share... Rams can both collectively share that they've only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl. How do you get this far and only score 3 points? Like, what the fuck? This game... it's self-explanatory. 24-3, it was never close. Cowboys just ran away with this one.
My number 8 goes Super Bowl 55. Chiefs, Buccaneers. Buccaneers won 31-9. I'm not going to talk about the Super Bowl that much because I hate it with a burning passion. The Buccaneers, the only reason why they got there, only reason was because they were going up against an unexperienced quarterback in the first round. Then they went up against a broken Drew Brees in the second round. And then they bitch slapped Aaron Rodgers in the third round. That's the only reason why they got Super Bowl. And then they blew out himself. And then they beat the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs had no one to protect Patrick Mahomes.
And Patrick Mahomes would have won that game if he had a fucking offensive line.
But yeah, this game was not entertaining at any point. I hated it. I despise it. Let's move on.
Next, number 8, Super Bowl 27. Bills 17, Cowboys 52. I was debating which one to choose between the Bills and Cowboys. I may have picked the best option out of the two, possibly, because no one talks about 28. But I'm going to go to 27. I believe this is the Super Bowl that really just cemented the Bills' legacy of what the fuck. I mean, this was their third straight Super Bowl, and oh my gosh, this game, it sucks. It's just like, it has the, the famous play. I don't know if it was it Leon Lett?
It was Leon Lett.
Yeah, the one who ran towards the end zone and had the ball knocked out of his hand. That's hilarious. But that should not stop it from not being as the worst. Sorry, no, that singular play does not save this game. This game is bad, okay? 52-17. The only other team to score 50 points in the Super Bowl, and it was a blowout.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
My number 7 worst Super Bowl of all time goes Super Bowl 35, Ravens versus Giants. Ravens won 34-7 over the Giants. This game's only really remembered for the kick return touchdowns.
And also Ravens defense.
Yeah, they're obviously a legendary Ravens defense, but like...
Kerry Collins almost threw like 10 interceptions.
Hey, that's pretty good. Good job for Kerry Collins, almost throwing 10 interceptions. This game is boring. Funnily enough, another boring game in Raymond James Stadium.
Ha! It's not a coincidence by this point. Which, speaking of Raymond... Oh, wait, you're done? Or you're done?
Yeah, I was done.
Speaking of Raymond James Stadium, number 7, Super Bowl 55, Chiefs 9, Buccaneers 31.
I don't think we need to talk about this any further.
No, we don't. I want to kill myself. Do number 6.
Number 6 is Super... I don't know what number 6 is. Number 6 is Super Bowl 6. I totally didn't plan that. Wow, what a coincidence. Oh boy!
Just to let you guys know, we have not touched these lists since like March or February time. This is just funny.
Wait, hold on. Mine is the one that you had before. This game stunk.
Ooh.
The only reason why is because Louis Armstrong did the national anthem. That's all I will say.
Number 6, Super Bowl 12, Cowboys 27, Broncos 10. One of the worst quarterback performances by two quarterbacks on the Broncos. I don't think either of them even got past 100 yards.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
I think combined they had a QBR of 0. This game is disappointing. It was between two number 1 seeds, two teams that are 12-2. It's like this is going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, the blood was all the Broncos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they got beaten the fuck up.
Oh yeah. So wait, which Super Bowl was that again?
12.
The funny little thing about that, because my number 5, Super Bowl 12. No, but
it's like, wow.
I don't have anything to say about this. The Broncos head coach name was Red Miller. Red, like the blood that was spilt.
Oh, I thought you said bread.
Brad Miller. Try and catch that bread by making teams suck. Teams that he coached suck.
Overcooked. Number 5, Super Bowl 18. Redskins 9, Raiders 38. Gold's already said what he had to say. One thing I gotta say is disappointing Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl is really hyped up and it disappoints, it hits the most. That's all I gotta say.
My number 4 is Super Bowl 37 between the Raiders and the Buccaneers. Talk about the most overhyped matchup in all of Super Bowl history outside of Seahawks and Broncos. You have John Gruden going up against his former team, and they don't change the playbook, so Gruden just pretty much knows what to do the entire time. Here's the thing. I think the reason why Gruden got the success that he did was because of Tony Dungy's defense. There's no.
Oh no, he did.
Like Tony Dungy built that defense, and honestly, If he would have had a quarterback, they would have made Super Bowl. The only reason why John Gruden was able to go to Super Bowl with that team was because of the Brad Johnson effect of, hey, this guy's mediocre. I think I know what to do with him because I'm a mediocre head coach.
When mediocre combines, they can make slightly less mediocre.
And also having the number one defense in the league helps.
it definitely helps. John Lynch should be in the Hall of Fame NFL. What the fuck, guys?
I think he is in the Hall of Fame.
Did he actually finally get the Hall of Fame spot? Hold on.
Let me look this up real quick.
We don't have to program with this. He better.
I think he got in the Hall of Fame like last year or something, right?
Did he?
Let me see.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he is.
Okay,
Yeah, he got inducted last year. Good.
Yeah, okay.
Last time I heard he was not. Good. He deserves to be there. Okay, so no more rant. Potential rant.
We stopped the potential ramp.
But here's the thing. One thing I'll hand to Super Bowl is it has. There's not much I can say on this because I have this on the list as well. But it has so many Hall of Famers in this game.
There are a lot of Hall of Famers on this game on the other side.
Yeah, on the Bucks side, not the Raiders side.
But no, in all fairness, this game was so underwhelming considering how the superpowers combined on this one. But no, sucked.
Number 4, number 3 have shared the same experience, but number 3 is slightly worse. Number 2 and 1, they have the same reasons for everything else on this list. Number 4, Super Bowl 33, Broncos 34, Falcons 19. I was debating I was going to put this at number 1, because this is the Super Bowl no one fucking asked for. Sorry, Falcons are 14-2. No. They were not that good. Not even close to being that good. In fact, they're more of like a 10-6, 11-5 team, and they only got in this position because of Vikings. It hurts more when you get a Super Bowl you did not ask for. What was the Super Bowl everyone wanted? I think we can say it. Vikings. Yes. We got this instead. Yes, this could be argued for number 1, but I think I have a good reason for why this is number 4. Gold will have a definitely good reason. Obviously, Gold has this on this list. I mean, come on. This Super Bowl needs to be hated more. Because, no, the score's a lie. It was like 31-3. It was garbage time. This Super Bowl's so aggravating. It should be Broncos and Vikings, and that's all I gotta say.
So, my number 3. Worst Super Bowl of all time goes Super Bowl 15. Talk about boring. There was nothing fun in this game. Though I will say this much. It's a little fun fact I learned. This game was played in New Orleans, of course, on January 25th, 1981, 5 days after the Iran hostage crisis ended.
See, so, he's not too biased. He could have had this at number 1 originally.
True. The only reason why this doesn't go at number 1 is because of the patriotic fervor. No, that's not true. The only reason why this isn't number 1 is because there's worse games than this.
Do you even have what the game was?
Raiders 27, Eagles 10.
Okay. I was thinking, what Super Bowl is this? Well, by the way, 27-10. Wow, we both have 27-10 games on our list. Whew.
Boy.
Number 3, Sack Like Super Bowl 33, Super Bowl 53, Patriots 13, Rams 3. Oh, okay. I had to lie to myself at one point that this was a great defensive game. I had a reaction stream to this game, and I did not like this game at all. I was bored out of my fucking mind. What was the Super Bowl I ever wanted? It was Patriots and Saints. What do we get? We got Patriots and Rams. My God. Okay, Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford just proved you fucking wrong, buddy. Good God. When Rams got a... No. Rams did so bad here. When they got a touchdown at Super Bowl 56, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
How is it possible that the Rams, twice when they take on the Patriots, can be shut down to 3 points? Regardless, Kurt Warner and the boys, actually came back because, well, they're good. How did this electrifying Rams offense get shut down like this? Easy. They were overrated. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, maybe that's just, taking the easy way out, but they had to have been overrated. How do you get shut down like that?
Easy, you're overrated, that's how.
I mean, Jesus, dude, this... No one wanted a Patriots-Rams rematch. Tom Brady and Drew Brees was the way. We're never going to get it, and the time we got in the playoffs, it was horrible. Nothing more I could say on this game. I want to die.
My number 2 is your number 3.
And
I also have nothing to say on the game.
You just want to die. My number 2, Super Bowl 37, Raiders in 21, Buccaneers 48. You already said what you had to say. Another thing that doesn't help, this game was 34-3 at one point. Boy howdy, what a game.
My number one Super my number. I don't. My number one is Super Bowl 33. It sucked. That's all.
Yeah, number one, Super Bowl 24. Fuck me. 49ers 55, Broncos 10. Broncos, you still made number one, so you don't have to be too sad. I think this is self-explanatory. It's 55 to fucking 10. Joe Montana, John Elway. You would think this would be one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah.
It was not. Fucking Broncos. It was done by, like, the second quarter. I don't... Oh, my God. I just don't think more I could say on it. 55-10. Oh, my God.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the fun begins.
Best. And I think I'll kick off the best part.
You do it.
Number 10, Super Bowl 16, 49ers 26, Bengals 21. I know this one might be a little bit controversial because I don't have Super Bowl...
23?
23. I almost said 9. 23 on the list. The reason why I'm going to argue this one. Yes, Super Bowl 23 had a defining moment of, you know, Joe and the boys. Joe and Rice. But, come on. This one started the 49ers thing. Up to this point, both Bengals and the 49ers were pretty bad teams. Especially 49ers. Both underdogs, basically, in this game. And yes, it was 20-0 at one point. But then the Bengals started rallying back. And that final defensive stance, I mean, my God. This started a legacy for the 49ers. For me, it's always the beginning that just gets forgotten because of the journey. Like this game right here. This started so much history. This game is very, very underrated. And I will put it over Super Bowl 23 any day. Bite me.
Well, my number 10 is brother versus brother. 49ers versus Ravens, Super Bowl 47. Ravens won 34, 49ers 31. This was just... this first half, I'll admit, the first half wasn't particularly great. But as soon as the lights turned out, whoa boy! The 49ers turned on. This was... It was a fun, sort of back and forth type game. The Ravens had it really quick in the first half, and the 49ers started taking it back in the second half. And it came down to a final drive for Colin Kaepernick, overthrew his target, and the game was won by the Ravens.
The day that Colin Kaepernick died.
Oh, no.
And funny enough, my number 9 is Super Bowl 47, Ravens and 49ers. It's self-explanatory, brother versus brother, 28-3 before 28-3 would have been 28-6. Ha ha ha. But no, this game, I kind of wish 49ers won this game because, oh my gosh, there were so many good players here. You have Anquan Bolden, you have Frank Gore, you have Patrick Willis. So many good players on here. And Crabtree, I guess. Like, yeah. It sucks that this team to get a ring, but it's like this was one of the last Super Bowls, really, that you don't care who won. In the end, my man Ed Reed got a ring, and he absolutely deserved it. This Ravens team overall deserved it. This was a fantastic Cinderella story for the Ravens, and there's nothing more I can say. Just the death of Colin Kaepernick, finally. By the way, you know Colin Kaepernick's yet again looking for a comeback?
Yeah, with the Seahawks.
Yeah, wait, what? Okay, I didn't know what team he was going after. What the fuck?
Yeah, Pete Carroll says he wouldn't mind signing Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, boy. Pete Carroll, you're an idiot. Okay. Number 8.
My number... Technically, it's number 9.
Oh, yeah, number 9.
Yeah, you started ahead of me. So my number 9, Super Bowl 34. Rams, 23. Titans, 16. He's only a yard short. This is such a fun game. What looked like at first the Rams were going to sort of run away with it in the first half, at least going to halftime with 9 points. There was always a certain feel that, you know, the Titans, they have Aaron McNair and Eddie George, they're still in this game. Boy howdy, we got a fun second half, more importantly, a fun fourth quarter, a very intense fourth quarter, and it came down to the final play of the game. And honestly, this is one of the few Super Bowls where you don't mind who wins, because either way,
history's being defined.
Yeah, history's being defined. Either way, both quarterbacks, deserve that ring. Steve McNair deserved the ring, and Kurt Warner deserves the ring.
One time where a Super Bowl could have ended in a tie. The funny thing is, that's how number 10 is. Came down to the final play, and there was a comeback. You had a 16-0 comeback. Number 10 had a 20-0 comeback. Well, nearly.
Wow, that's a good thing.
It comes down to the final play. You see? It comes down to the final play that defines it.
Yes.
1 yard. 1 yard. Number 8, Super Bowl 43, Steelers 27, Cardinals 23. Ha. Really, the only good thing that came out of this is... No, okay, I'm joking. Firstly, I'm glad Mike Tomlin has a ring, because he absolutely deserves a ring as a head coach. I wish the fucking Cardinals won this. Kurt Warner. Oh my god, Kurt Warner back-to-back, huh? Wow. Kurt Warner made history here before Peyton Manning and Tom Brady said, oh, fuck you, to be the first quarterback to start Super Bowls on 2 different teams. This game, the first half, even though it was 20-7, it had that fabulous 99 interception yard return, pick 6, Nilsson, my god. And it was just an overall fun game. It's one of those games where the score was a lie. We knew the game was going to get close at one point. And when the Cardinals started rallying back in the fourth quarter, oh my god, the crowd. I mean, what was the Larry Fitzgerald run. Larry's running down the field. Cardinals have the lead. It's whatever Al Michaels' call was. That shit is an underrated ass call, dude. With the crowd, with Larry's run, oh my gosh, the tone just got set. And then the Steelers went on a phenomenal, I think it was like a 90-yard, play run to win the game on an awesome catch by somebody.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
You mean the catch from the man who shot his foot?
Is it Antonio Cromartie?
That's the one with a bunch of kids. He also was a defensive
Oh wait. You don't even know his name.
Wait, let me look at an NFL player who shot foot.
Oh, it was
Plexico Burress.
Yes.
I looked up an NFL player who shot foot.
Imagine if you got more than one result out of that.
For a second, it looks like I did.
Oh,
and his name was Aaron Hernandez. And he shot foot.
He shot bodies, though. He was a killer.
Whew. Great killer to attitude.
But yeah, this Super Bowl, fantastic. Only thing that really sucked was that Cardinals absolutely fucking choked it when they got the ball back after that, but I can't blame Cardinals. How do you respond from that?
I know, it's crazy.
Whew, crazy. Whew. I'm sweating.
The funny thing... Well, let's get it now. The funny thing is, we talk about Plexico Burress, that catch, that amazing catch. He's also on my number 8. My number 8 is Super Bowl 42. Giants versus Patriots. The ultimate underdogs versus the Goliaths. I love the Super Bowl. This is such a defensive matchup. It also it's a fun defensive game because the Patriots here were favored by 12 points. It did not look like on paper this game was going to be very close. The Giants have struggled all throughout the season. The Patriots have dominated throughout the season. On paper, this looked like, this going to be a rout. Giants don't even belong to be here. They lucked into this spot, but they proved that they deserve to be here. And it's just a fun Super Bowl. Has a fun final set of plays. Honestly, the last quarter is amazing, but I think what we all remember is the catch. But I think what we should sort of congratulate on is Eli Manning getting the fuck out of there.
Twice. He did it twice.
He did it twice. So, this was just a fun game. As I said, I always like underdog stories when they're the right type of underdog stories.
Same. Before we get to number 7, that Steeler that caught the ball was Antonio Holmes.
Oh!
I was thinking when you mentioned Burress catching the ball in 42, I'm thinking, wait, didn't he shoot his foot the next season with the Giants?
They both played on the Steelers at one point, I'm sure.
Yeah, why not? Antonio Holmes has forgotten the history of NFL for someone who shot his foot. Oh gosh. Just imagining he shoots his foot, gets released, signs with the Steelers, and then with half of his foot, makes a clutch catch to it a second.
Would that not be more impressive?
That would be absolutely impressive because he would get the last catch in both back-to-back Super Bowls.
One with the broken foot.
Like, fucking legend. Number 7, Super Bowl 32, Packers 24, Broncos 31. The Super Bowl Broncos decided they wanted to stop sucking at it. My God. This game is just great. Brett Favre versus John Elway. Almost said Peyton Manning. John Elway. This Super Bowl is just legendary. The helicopter spin. Packers actually making a pretty genius call of having the Broncos go right for the touchdown. Too bad it didn't really work out because Brett Favre's quarterback, and he's not exactly clutch in these moments. I love you, Brett. But yeah, this Super Bowl was just back for. This game was just fun. This was the underdog story. This was John Elway trying to get the monkey off his back because, my gosh, for 10 years, dude couldn't get it. He finally did it! And also Packers coming off a Super Bowl win. So really, it was one of those things of it didn't really affect the Packers if they lost. But it turns out they did. For Aaron Rodgers.
My number 7 is my personal favorite Super Bowl, though it's not number 1. Super Bowl 44. Saints versus Colts. Saints won 31-17. This was far from a blowout. The Saints were down very early on in this game. Throughout the first half, and then they eventually rallied back, and then we got a nice back-and-forth competition until the famous Tracy Porter pick 6. By the way, fun fact, at the time, this game was the most watched Super Bowl of all the Super Bowls.
It should have stuck that way, too.
No,
42 to 43, what a trilogy. I mean, 44, what a trilogy.
I know, it's such a great trilogy. Shame about 45.
Don't talk about that one.
I don't even remember that one. Oh, it was Packers Steelers. Okay, whatever. But this was a great game. Very underrated for some reason. This doesn't get talked about as much. But I mean, Peyton Manning loses in another Super Bowl. Come on.
Peyton Manning loses again.
Hey.
Freaking Ian, he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Number 6.
That's it for me.
Number 6, Super Bowl 44. Saints 31.
And what's funny is my number 6 Super Bowl 43.
Yo, that's amazing. Yeah, the Colts said what he had to say on this one. This is just a great underdog story. And yeah, the Colts would have gotten a last-second touchdown if they didn't choke it on the in the goal line. It would have been 31-24. Don't let the score fool you. Saints should have gotten blown out based on some decisions, just based on how they were playing in that first half. But they stepped the fuck up. That onside kick. Oh.
One of the gutsiest moves in Super Bowl history.
It's either would have been one of the greatest calls of all time, or it easily could have been one of the worst. It ended up being one of the greatest. And to be fair, actually, that didn't really change the tone. Not yet. But that was just the building block for the rest of the pieces to fall down for Colts in this game.
The momentum didn't really feel like it switched until after the Saints got that 2-point conversion.
Exactly. But them getting that onside kick was just a little taste of things to come for them. And this Super Bowl, it's just fun. That pick 6, the crowd, the call from Jim Nantz. Jim Nantz does not get a lot of respect. His call for that was so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What a moment for Saints fans. Even hell, Gold can tell you the story. They got the day off of school the next day.
We did. We got the day off of school before the Super Bowl.
I mean, can't complain about that. This Super Bowl, as you said, really underrated. Needs to be talked about a lot more. This shit is good. It's forgotten.
And now my number 6 Super Bowl 43. All I'm going to say about it is moments. Moments, damn it. It's all about moments.
Fucking moments, damn it. Number 5, Super Bowl 13, Steelers 35, Cowboys 31. The Super Bowl that finally was good. I mean, yes, Super Bowl 10 was good as well, but it's not on here. This Super Bowl finally defined what the Super Bowl can be. The second Super Bowl in the Steelers and Cowboys little trilogy they have here. Oh, this thing was a fucking nail-biter, man. It really just came down to the wire. Two of the best teams in the league going at it. And it just came, and it has also one of the most legendary moments as well, with the drop.
Oh yeah, the drop in the end zone.
What would have happened there? Thankfully, that didn't it didn't turn into a blowout. No, that game had. So this game is absolutely legendary. There's nothing much more I could say on it besides the first great Super Bowl, and it still stands tall to this day.
My number 5 is Super Bowl 49. The last really overly hyped Super Bowl. Because you mentioned 48 was really overly hyped and they started to calm down. No. Super Bowl 49 was the last overly hyped Super Bowl. Yeah, 2 number 1 teams. The dynasty of old versus the possible future dynasty. This game, the media and press days on it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal to be a kid on NFL Rush during this time. Shame about everything else. But no, that's beside the point. This was a great back and forth game. I think it's defined by the fourth quarter and the Patriots' comeback, but if one person made a certain call, we wouldn't have been talking about the Patriots' new dynasty.
I hate Pete Carroll.
Fuck you, Pete Carroll.
Fucking hell. But yeah. Number 4. Super Bowl 38.
My number 4 is Super Bowl 38.
Panthers 29, Patriots 32. I guess we can just have a discussion on this then.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the first quarter. Nothing really happened in it. But then we started getting a shootout between the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the best to step on the field, Jake Delhomme,
And then
some guy named Tom.
Tom Brady. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck's about Tom Brady, huh? But no, this was such a fun game. It had so many good good role players in this game, right? I mean, obviously there's the notable ones: Steve Smith Jr., sort of later senior. Jake Delhomme. You had a great running back. Like both teams had just such great role players.
They did, and then the third quarter slowed down.
And yeah, this whole thing, and then there was a bit of a slowdown in the third quarter. That's beside the point. The fourth quarter was the most intense fourth quarter of any Super Bowl. I mean, back and forth. In total, the fourth quarter had
so many points.
37 points in total.
And
in the
Panthers would have won.
If it weren't for... What was his name? It was John Casey or something?
They call him John fucking Choking.
The funny thing is, we should have really seen this coming for... because he choked...
Because God hates NFC South.
No, because John Casey choked the Saints' playoffs aspirations after the Red River...
He was the motherfucker behind that!
Yeah, he was the guy behind that. Wow. So, we should have really seen this coming.
What a dipshit, bro.
Yeah, he was the one who ruined the Red Sea Relay or whatever. And he ruined the Panthers. This was the only Super Bowl that I generally actually liked the Panthers in. I don't really like them. I don't hate the Panthers. They're my division rivals, but I don't really like them at all. This is the only one that I actually rooted for them. I was a child.
I wish they won, dude. I wish they did. And regarding the slowdowns in the first and third quarters, I will defend that. That makes the Super Bowl stand out even more, considering there's only 2 quarters, especially the fourth, where it just goes wild. It stands out. It's a Super Bowl that just stands out amongst the rest of them. For that reason, number 4, this Super Bowl. Oh, I wish Panthers won this one, but in the end, it is what it is, and I believe Jake Delhomme should make the Hall of Fame.
He definitely.
He has a good resume behind his back. He was a part of a building franchise. Oh man. But yes. Oh yeah, number 3 for me. Number 3. This would be real fucking funny if the same number... Oh, wait, can't. Number 3, Super Bowl 42. Patriots, Giants 17. Patriots 14. Underdog story, man. Underdog story. There's nothing much more you could say. One giant defeat. Gotta love it.
Number 3... Sorry to interrupt you.
I was just going to say... I forgot. I forgot.
How did I get a washcloth in my room? It must be my niece.
What?
Well, my number 3, Super Bowl 32, as Nelson said, the helicopter, and also Brett Favre.
Brett Favre setting up for Aaron Rodgers' pain. Both their pains.
Yes.
Number 2, Super Bowl 49, Patriots 28, Seahawks 24. It's self-explanatory. Originally, this is my number 1 for the longest time. It was. There's a good reason I stick by this. Gold is right. This one was also hyped. I don't remember being as hyped it was for the other one, but it did have hype behind it. I'll give him that one. But this is between 2 perfect teams. Both of these teams deserve to be here. Get fucking Deflategate out of here. Colts were not going to beat the Patriots, man. 45-7. Did deflated balls cause the Colts to lose by 38 points? No.
No, that was Andrew Luck's deflated ego. He's such a nice guy.
Exactly. This is a Super Bowl between two teams that deserve to be here. Absolutely deserve to be here. If you ever already guessed what my number one's going to be, then you guys are retarded. But this Super Bowl was just fantastic. It came down to an absolutely glorious final play. And even Pell, and up to this point, Patriots made the biggest Super Bowl comeback with 10 points. Wouldn't be the last time. Unfortunately. And then you could just say number one. Oh, no, sorry, you have your number two.
My number two is Super Bowl 13. I love this game because it's the first actually competitive Super Bowl. I think they also mentioned that. But it's the first Super Bowl that you can say, oh wow, this is a Super Bowl. As obviously there's legendary drop, but I mean this just has so many legends in it. Let me just list off some of the Hall of Famers. First off, Chuck Noll and Tom Landry, two legendary head coaches. On the Steelers side, you have Art Rooney, the owner, Dan Rooney, team administrator, Bill Nunn, the scout, Mel Blount, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Green, Jack Ham, Mean Joe Green that is, Franco Harris, Jack Lambert, Donnie Shell, John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, Mike Webster. On the Cowboys, Tex Scram, team administrator, Gil Brandt, team administrator. I already mentioned Tom Landry, Tony Dorsett, Cliff Harris, Drew Pearson, Jackie Smith, Roger Staubach, Randy White, and Rayfield Wright. This just, so many legends in this one game, and it was amazing.
And I guarantee you, Super 49ers going to have the same amount of Hall of Famers for it.
Oh, yeah. Now, number one, we both know what number one is. We mentioned it before. It's Super Bowl 52.
Patriots 33, Eagles 41. Whoo.
I mean, how could this not be number one? Nelson, I understand why some people say, oh, well, there's no defense. There was a lot of defense, actually. It's
Dude.
Just the Eagles kept on going for it on fourth down.
Dude, the Eagles did what no other team before this and even after this. Somehow the Rams did not learn anything of what Eagles did here. Isn't it crazy that one of the worst Super Bowls of all time came after this? Anyways, Eagles did something that most of the teams would not do. They took risks against the Patriots, especially this Patriots team that was fucking lethal, man.
Dude, this Patriots team was absolutely stacked. Brandon Cooks, Rob Gronkowski, Tom
Before he got killed earlier in the game.
Well, Brandon Cooks deserved it. He's a piece of shit.
Everybody on the page is a piece of shit.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is quite literally the only good game Doug Peterson ever called.
This literally was peak Eagles. We thought from this point forward Eagles would be something. No. Somehow Eagles have only missed the playoffs once after this.
Strange.
That's not impressive at all, because they suck.
But no, like, Nick Foles had an amazing run for his entire career. Carson Wentz honestly should have been here, and he probably would have won the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. No, went to Nick Foles, and he did absolutely everything to convince people he's an amazing quarterback. When in all reality, he's a good quarterback in a really great system.
Exactly, because the only time Nick Foles' most recent game he played in was the comeback against the Seahawks.
And he was great in that one, too.
It's like, because it was in December. He's only a November, December quarterback.
November, December, January, and if you can make it, February.
Exactly. I mean, it took me to recently rewatch just to really see the gloriousness, and I would have had this number two if I would have stick to number 149. But this one, I mean, yeah, this sucks the aftermath of this, But yeah, if you think about it, this is the last game for the Patriots, because I mean, after this, yeah, they won a Super Bowl against the Rams, but that Patriots team was awful.
It was truly awful.
Okay, not awful. They were.
No, they suck, Nelson.
They're awful. This is the end of the Patriots. The Eagles did end the Patriots. Not the dynasty, but they ended the Patriots. Because the Patriots were never the same after this. Tom Brady left forever. Eagles left everything here. This is literally the game where you pour everything into this. Eagles have not been the same since. And thank God they put everything into this game. I respect the Eagles for this. Unlike the Chiefs fans, I don't regret Eagles getting this ring. Eagles fans absolutely deserve this. They are annoying as fuck, and they turn on quarterbacks like the fans turn on WWE wrestlers, but damn it, I respect them.
Yes.
Kinda.
I don't respect the Eagles fans. They all deserve to burn in hell. That's beside the point.
No, they don't deserve the burn. They won this shit. They don't deserve the burn in hell. They earned this shit.
Right.
This felt good, and also this was a rematch. All right, this was a rematch. Patriots back-to-back years had rematches.
True.
And you'd be surprised that the worst one was the one that could have actually been competent. Remember, here's another thing that makes this game number one. Nobody, me and you, were the only people that were giving this game hope. Because everybody thought the Eagles were going to get blown out, or the Patriots were just going to, walk away with this, or Eagles would, get garbage time stuff. We both knew Eagles were not really underdogs into this. Come on.
Well, they were. With Nick Foles, anything is unpredictable. I mean, they were 5-point underdogs.
They were, but they were doubted by the media. I mean, 5-point underdogs, but they were like other people, like YouTube, commenters, NFL fans, you name it. They had Eagles losing by a lot. They gave them no chance here. So when they stepped up, man, holy fuck.
Vindication. Also, I did a reaction live stream to this game, to both halves. I had a blast.
Oh, dude, and you even wore a suit. Kinda. Or dress shirt.
I tried wearing a tie. I also gelled my hair. I regret that. Yeah, I don't regret the stream. I had fun during the stream.
But not that.
No, that.
Take that shell out. Also,
yeah.
different... I love games that have weird scoring. This game had weird scoring all over the place. 41-33? It was 15-6 at one point, if I'm correct. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was fun. It was fun.
No, it was 15-6. It was just fun. It had different type of scoring. It kept you on your feet. And also, Jake Elliott broke the record for longest kick by a rookie, and then broke his own record later on.
Exactly. This is why it's fun.
This game deserves to be up there. I know Patriots fans would disagree with this one. I know they're going to argue with the call. I mean, because it's number one, I'm going to keep saying this. There was a couple, there's a few calls in this game that Patriots fans are going to argue were against them. But, those were fair.
Yeah.
They were completely fair. And also, you guys are one to talk. Like, damn. But yeah, a perfect Super Bowl. It can't get any better than that. And, yeah, this went a lot longer than I thought it would. Damn.
Same.
But yeah, this was a good podcast. Don't know what we have next. In fact, this possibly is the last podcast we ever do. But hey, what a way to go, right? Woo!
This is going to be the last one. We still have to talk about Mania.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, we have to talk about Mania. I have 2 different Mania ones to talk about. Woo! Yeah.
Boy.
So, if you want to see my Mania talk with Chris, go to BCN.